Hey there, LEGO fans and Potterheads. I'm the lawyer in the LEGO shed, and this is the 14th in a series of videos I'll be making this year as I build my way through the magical world of LEGO Harry Potter. I've been collecting the Harry Potter LEGO line since it started back in 2001 with the release of the very first movie, and for this video series, I'll be building the sets that have been part of the more recent waves of Harry Potter LEGO, beginning in 2018 and stopping in 2023. My plan is to go in movie order as closely as possible, so without further ado, let's get started. Today we're covering another gift with purchase set that's been released as part of the Harry Potter LEGO line. This is set number 40452, the Hogwarts Gryffindor Dorms. And it's just a tiny little guy here, but still kind of a great little set. One thing that kind of came up was when to place this particular set, especially when I'm trying my best to go in movie order. One thing that popped up was the fact that the clothes here are from Chamber of Secrets. In fact, it's what Harry and Ron are wearing as they try to get to Hogwarts. But they never actually make it to the dormitories in that movie. It cuts before that occurs. So I went ahead and chose to introduce it with the first time that it comes in. So right after the Great Hall scene and then working our way through the staircase, we then finally make it to the Gryffindor dormitories. This set was released in 2021, has 148 pieces and 2 different minifigures, which we'll cover in a bit. This set is, again, another one that's compatible with that modular system introduced in 2021. And parts of the Gryffindor Tower have been depicted a number of times throughout the Harry Potter line, going all the way back to the release of the very first sets. So, for example, 4722, which was part of a series of smaller sets that were released with the very first wave of Harry Potter LEGO. You can see that in this set, there was a small nod to the common room and then a nod to the dorms with a rather elaborate fabric piece for the beds to kind of demonstrate the curtains and the hangings there. Then in 4757, which was released in conjunction with The Prisoner of Azkaban, this is actually one of my favorite sets. We got an entire Gryffindor Tower that came alongside the clock tower piece, which features prominently in that movie. That Gryffindor Tower had a lot of kind of like fun elements, like a little lion piece, shield for Gryffindor, lots of fun things like that. But you can see there that we've got not only a portrait hole, we've got a nod to the common room as well on that first floor, and then we've got a dormitory with 2 beds. Next up is actually another nod to the common room in 4842. This is, like I said, just the common room though, no dorms on this one. And then finally, we have 75953. Which is a set that we'll cover later in this series, but since it's based on Chamber of Secrets and we're going in movie order, we won't address it for a bit. In that set, we just get dorms and no common room. So as far as visiting the concept of the common room and of the Gryffindor Tower in general, we've done it quite a bit, but dorms only about half as frequently. So things that I loved, you can kind of see here. The modular system is kind of premised on having everything the exact same height and following this very similar pattern of these roughly 8x8 plates down at the bottom. One thing that I really enjoyed was the space feels nice and full with the 2 different beds and then this nice rug on the floor. I think one of the highlights here is, in addition to it looking pretty decent right here as far as the lattice work, from the windows and the little castle window here, you've got the ability to display your Chocolate Frog cards. This was a promo that they were doing throughout that entire modular series where you could be collecting these. You can see that I've taken a lot of the ones from the sets that I've opened so far and kind of thrown them on already. And you can just slide it right in here through some little brackets and kind of fill out that space to give it even more depth and excitement there. So kind of a fun little feature there that I really liked. And I loved having a place to actually put these once my entire castle was done. So I thought that was a great choice on their part. And then as far as the things that I didn't love, I think these beds are great. They pop off nice and easy because they've used some jumper plates and some non-studded plates as well. But, you know, I think that it would have been really nice to have a little hanging element here, something that could have given a hint to the hanging draperies, especially since they were featured so beautifully in that old set originally. So kind of a missed opportunity there, in my opinion, but Still very nice and fill the area nice and well. As far as the other thing to think about too, there was a pretty substantial size difference when it came to looking at the other gift with purchase. I've got it here for comparison. So if we have our Gryffindor dorms and put them alongside our grand staircase here, you can kind of see like just the piece count is really different, and even just the footprint that it has. You know, I think as far as the imposing nature of it, it's definitely something that is a striking difference between the two as far as a gift with purchase. Minifig wise, we've got two folks that we've actually already seen. We've got this one of Ron, and he's in his little brown sweater with the red undershirt and then the short brown legs. And then we've got Harry in a red and blue checked shirt, as well as a light bluish gray undershirt, and then short legs as well. These are identical to the figures that came along with 75953. So they're not new. They're new for us in movie order, but they are not new in the line itself. They are impressively accurate. I'll throw in some pictures here so that you can kind of see how they appear. But still very decent minifigures, and Ron, of course, has a nice little chocolate frog that he's holding here that you can kind of see. Since we have so many of those cards on the back window, it was a great inclusion there. So overall impression, this ended up being a great set. I do think that it works really well. I love that because of the modular nature of this wave, this was yet another set that you could immediately include in the overall. Especially since, you know, you've got, you know, your fat lady here in the grand staircase, you can then keep expanding your Gryffindor tower as you go along. So great inclusion overall, and I think a pretty decent set as far as gift with purchases go. So that's it for 40452. If you're interested in following along on this journey, please feel free to follow the account. And if there's anything else that you think I should be covering in these reviews, please drop a comment and let me know. Thanks so much, and have an awesome day.